Hello guys, how are you? Compliments of the new year. So, sometime last year, in end of November, I decided to get a laptop because I had a gaming PC, but yeah, I was kind of traveling a lot and some power issues that I was having. So I decided to get a laptop and a replacement for the MacBook because of storage issues. So I just wanted something that could handle running maybe 3 virtual machines at the same time, maybe 2 Windows and 1 Linux. So while looking for machines, I thought maybe a gaming laptop would work, and I did consider, but I wanted one with AMD, and what seemed to be of interest at the time was the Y16. But after some time, because I don't play too many games, I just decided to just buy the Y14. Well, the Y15 was the other choice, but it was not available at the time on Woodware. So I just decided to go for the Y14. And after doing much research, I noticed that it seemed to be the same with the XMG EVO 14. That one you can find in Europe. So after having it so now I've had it for just under 2 months because I got it just around on the 27th of November. That's when um, we were able to collect it. So, and now I'm making this video on the Friday 17th of January. So I've been meaning to do it for the longest time, but work and all the other responsibilities. So today I just told myself that I'll just make sure that I record this and try and get it out before going to bed, right? So I hope that the quality is decent, hopefully. And if you have any questions, please post in the comments. So just to give a summary of what I wanted to talk about, I want to talk about the size comparison for the 14-inch. So compare this to the we'll compare this to the iPad. We'll compare the WootBook to the iPad Air. I believe this is 11-inch, and the MacBook Air 13-inch. Another Lenovo, which is a 15.6-inch, and Asus, which is a 16-inch, so that you kind of get an idea of how big it is, right? So now the first thing, well, on the good side that I liked will be so do the size comparison. So this has nothing to do with what I liked really, just to get an idea. And then, but on the good side, we'll talk about the build quality, the unlock features that are there, the cooling, the picture quality, the aspect ratio, the performance of the machine. And we'll also talk about Woodware as a company, because I actually didn't know about them, but I did check on Reddit and try to find some other stuff online about them. Reddit seemed to be, and there was also a review about them from the Overclocker. At the time, there was a review about, I think it had the Y16 if I'm not mistaken, and down at the 4060 with the Ryzen, because when I was searching, I also wanted Ryzen CPU. I didn't want Intel because they seem to be running way too hot for my liking, the ones that I've had. So I didn't want that. And then we'll also talk about the power consumption, and yeah, and then the things that I didn't like, which I think they're important. So at the time of posting, when I thought of doing a review, I had not seen any other review of the WootBook Y14, but I had seen a review of the XMG EVO 14. So from these reviews, we saw, so just before I recorded this, I also saw a video from the overclocker on the Y14, which I think is really nice. So there are just some other things that I noticed from my experience for having it for almost 2 months that I thought they are worth pointing out. That maybe they mentioned them and I didn't see them, but I think that as a consumer, if you're going to spend like just for this build that I have, I believe it was just a bit over 20,000 rands, maybe like 23. I don't remember well, but we'll just later in the video, we'll just go through how mine is configured and then we'll talk about that. So anyway, I'll talk about the charger, what I did not like, and the some features, battery health, charging that are there on other laptops, and what's going on with the Woodware, and also the control panel software. that you get to actually customize how your computer works. And then we'll also talk about just my experience using this laptop, and also when you're connecting it to external monitors and the keyboard. So that's just basically about it, so that you get an idea of where this video is headed. Because it's still a really good laptop. I like it, but there are also some things that I didn't like. So anyway, as a start, you'll find that, well, this one doesn't have any stickers. They'll normally, well, this is the only sticker or the serial number that you have. But so they do give you these stickers, and then it's your choice to actually put this. I don't know if you can see them clearly on the video, but the old ones, the Ryzen, they used to put this series. I believe I bought one Lenovo Ryzen 5 for my brother. I think it was the 3000 or 5000 series, I don't remember well, but they used to put the series. Now they don't, but still nice if you want to use them. I thought it's quite nice not having any brand. Actually, it's quite nice. So, well, this is the iPad Air. I believe it's the 11 inch, sorry. So just to get an idea of how it is, this will be how small it is actually when you compare it with this. And then anyway, that I use for my notes, I'll just put that away. This is the MacBook Air M1 13 inch. So the Wootwo is at the bottom, so I'll just remove that. They're almost the same size. And then this is a Lenovo 15.6 inch. So just to get an idea of how big it is, you see. And then now this is a Asus VivoBook 16 inch. So this actually, we normally laugh about this machine. It's my brother's laptop, so we just laugh that it feels like a TV because it's quite big. So this is the 14 inch, this is the 16 inch, and how this looks when these are stacked against each other. So just for a bit of appreciation, so this 15.6 inch, when it's on top of the 16 inch, I think at the back there you can see, like, or maybe let me try and move it here. You'll see there isn't that much difference, right? And then when you put this, so just to get an idea, I've tried to put them so that they're right around the edge. So you just to get an idea of how small it is or big it is when you compare it with your 15.6 inch or 16 inch, this 14 inch, right? Cool. So this is all about the size, and then I'm just going to put on this marker so that I don't lose my points that I want to talk about. So I like the build quality. It's I think it's an aluminum chassis, which is nice for cooling, and just feels great as well, right? So it's really nice. I like it that at least these are all holes. So if you have a cooling pad, have this cooling pad here, it's quite nice when you decide to. I'm not much of a gamer, but I do play games once in a while. So if you use this cooling pad, it actually gets really cool at the bottom. So I usually keep it connected all the time, and then it feels really cool at the bottom. So that's really nice. And this panel at the back, so it does come off, and then you'll notice that when it comes off, there is some, I think it's like you could call it a thermal, forgotten the word, like a thermal sheet, so that your SSD actually attaches to the back, and then for better cooling. So it's there, it has two SSDs and two fans actually, which is quite important, right? Because you'll think that maybe one of these is a scam, but I'll just add a picture just to show you how it is like when this case is not there. So very important. And then another interesting thing, so when we connect, so from our experience when we're connecting the so with these peripherals, so I just go through them. Anyway, we'll notice that if you connect your external monitor, so for this case we're using a Philips 34-inch ultra wide, so it's capable of 100 Hz refresh rate. We notice that when you use this HDMI port, you can get the 100 Hz. But if we used this, I do have a Volcano as well, this hub connector thingy. If you use it here, you could get the display would be 60 hertz, which is terrible, you know, because I want to get 100 hertz. If my monitor has 100 hertz, I want to get all of it, and this is 120 hertz, right? And then, but if you use this Type C port here, it was failing. We tried, we have two. So with the ones that we tried, we couldn't get the display, the dongle connect to the laptop, but we couldn't get any display out via the HDMI. So that was sad. In case you want to have two monitors, maybe it's our case. I really don't know, but that was disappointing for me. But the other ports, they work okay. And so because it's new, even getting the, I don't know if you can see here. So the HDMI, let me see if we can get it to focus right. It's quite difficult, but I think you can see just a little bit. You'll see that this feels a bit off. So when you are trying to connect your HDMI, you need to, in this case, I think maybe it was a specific to this one that I have, but you kind of need to, like, as if you're pushing it from up and then it will go down. Like, there is some technique to it. I thought maybe it was faulty, but it did connect after some time. So that was with the HDMI. That was a bit worrying when it was really new, but eventually managed to get it to work, right? And then this port, that's where we could get the display. So you could use this to charge, could also get it to actually display, right? So if you want to maybe connect an external screen, maybe use this with your US, like your dongle or hub, so that you have like two monitors or something. We never really tried having two monitors. The other ones we just wirelessly project to them. This works fine. And then, so these are your other ports, and then these are your other ports. I've never actually used this one. I don't remember if I actually used the Ethernet. I'm not too sure, but I believe it works fine. So that's okay. And just one nice little thing that I saw with this laptop, actually, it's the first one from these ones that we've, and the other laptops that I've had. It's the only one where there was the plastic to actually wrap around the screen, which was really nice. I like that. And then also, worth pointing out, so it has face unlock. Even in the dark, it works really nice. So if you have like your iPhone, same experience from your iPhone, Face ID, it has that thing. Even when your camera is closed, it works perfectly. So that's really nice. So that's just about it about the build quality. It's really nice. The speakers, there are some here, and I believe these are some speakers as well, actually. And then, so the build quality is really good. I like it. And I also like that it's not branded. So I'm not one to have stickers. I know other people like stickers and stuff. I just like to keep it plain. So sometime, I think it was in 2020, so I'm a penetration tester, and in 2020 I liked the stickers, hacking and whatnot. And anyway, I had some interesting characters approach me. I was staying in Joburg at the time. I had some interesting characters approach me, and they were like, yeah, well, you have the sticker, so you should know how to hack. And so, you know, I managed to get out of that situation in a nice way. But yeah, so I don't put stickers anymore. Anyway, that's just about that. And then build quality, we're done. Face unlock, it's really good. And then also, so the camera is like a privacy shutter. So obviously to configure a Face ID, you need to unlock your camera so that it sees you. But after that, you don't need to, you can close the camera and Face unlock will work well. So I think this is not a fingerprint, by the way. It doesn't have a fingerprint, only Face unlock. I'm happy with it. Face unlock, really nice. You look at it, although it is bothering if you think about it. You just look at it, and then if you close your eyes, it just unlocks even if your eyes are closed. So imagine maybe I was talking to someone else, and then there's someone on my shoulder, and then we're talking about some stuff. I just look at it, automatically opens what's on my screen. What if, so maybe for Tongfeng, the guys that actually manufacture this chassis and stuff, maybe they could make like, you know, that feature on iPhones, such that if your eyes are closed, it doesn't unlock. And then maybe if it could require you to blink first or something, I don't know, so that it just doesn't look at you even when your eyes are closed. Because if you close your eyes, someone just points the laptop at you, it'll unlock. So that's annoying. But besides that, it's fine. The cooling is decent. Although, so I'll show later in the video when we open the control panel. So it has two fans. For the most part, this is the fan that seems to be working. This one, not really, but it works. I proved that it works because the control panel software, I'm also going to show just an overview about it, but it has, so I noticed with the XMG that, so most of the research that I was doing before buying, I'll check with the XMG because that's what seemed to have a lot of reviews, even with the other models. The control panel, it's supposed to give you a feature to manually control the speed of the fans. I only got that feature to work maybe once or twice on the same day. After that, it didn't work. It worked when it was plugged in, but when I removed the charger, so you create custom profiles on it. Again, I'll show this later. From there, I've never managed to get it to work. So the fans would run at the same time, which is really nice because it gets to cool it much faster, even if you're not playing games. But they'll turn off automatically maybe after 15 minutes or something. So I don't know, maybe that protects them from wear or something. I just couldn't get it. But it would have been nice if the control panel software that comes with this laptop was not too buggy. And then another thing that I didn't like was that the battery comes to 80 watt hour battery. So I've never really checked how long it keeps the laptop on, but it seems to keep it on for quite a long time. For the most part, I just use the laptop while it's plugged in. So I tried, so there is this battery health feature on some laptops like the Asus, or on your Mac, you'll see that battery health thing where it automatically charges to the laptop battery to 80% or 60% on Lenovo. I think on Lenovo Legion, on the software, I used to have a Legion. I think it used to charge to 60%. So with this one, it has a feature to put on eco mode, and I've forgotten the other two modes. Again, we'll check them in the control panel, but it just says on the eco mode that you don't charge it to full, but on Windows, you'll see it as full. So maybe it works, I don't know, but I also saw someone on Reddit say that on their laptop, I think it was on one of the XMG Reddit forums, where they were saying, again, I reference XMG because this is the same thing from what I could tell. They were saying that it doesn't work too well, so the battery got what you call this, it was starting to expand, or you know, when your battery just gets, I don't want to say fat, but it just increases the size a little bit. I don't know the word for that, sorry, but that was happening. But I just decided, you know what, I have a 3-year warranty with this, so maybe they'll cover it, maybe not, I don't know. But I just thought, you know what, since I always use it on the, since I always use this laptop on the charger, so it's fine. One other thing that was scary for me when I got this laptop, again, sorry for this, so yeah, this happens. Imagine you connect your charger to this, try hold this happened. It's a new laptop, you spend 20-something thousand rands on it, try to remove the charger, this happens. That was not nice. So that was wiring, so now you have to kind of pull from this. So this is not great, this is not nice, I do not like this, but it is what it is. And the charger, just so you see it, I don't want to say it's unbranded, I just can't read Chinese. I'm sure this is a brand for something, but it's a 100 watt-hour charger, and you can, like, we use it on maybe on a Samsung or charge the Mac or any other device. It's a super fast charger, so I like the charger. It's just this part, and I didn't want to put glue on it or anything. I just thought, I don't know, it is what it is. Maybe someone else, maybe you guys, when you buy, or other people that have the Y14, maybe yours are fine. Please let us know in the comments. Maybe your charger is better than mine. I don't know. This is what I got, but it works. It charges well, so it was just too much work to try and, like, I just thought, you know what, it's fine. Again, you don't always get what you know, it's fine. And then another thing that I had with this laptop, so I'm just using more like a sandwich approach. So a few good things, the bad things, and then the good things again. So I think I've already mentioned about the HDMI, that was locking on 60 Hertz instead of 100. And then also, so this laptop, I don't know, and we haven't managed to figure it out if it's a Windows issue or if it's this WootBook issue. So once when we're using it, it just froze, and then, like, when you try to move the mouse or press any keys, it wouldn't respond. Then I was forced to shut it down by force by long pressing the power button. Then it turned it off, and then restarted, and everything was fine. The other time, just a few days back, so I'm actually glad that despite the, like, too much work and other issues that I had that made me delay recording this video, the review video, is that so when I was using it the other day, it just restarted on its own, you know. So fine, the tools that I was using in the browser, so you can just, with your browser, can just restore, and then with the other tools that I was using, my information was autosave. But if it wasn't, then that would have been not great, because it just restarted on its own, like it turned off and then just restarted on its own, just like that. That was not so great. You know, it's like as if, can you imagine your gaming PC or a desktop, whatever, you just plug off the cable at the back, and then it starts on its own after that again. I don't know again what was happening, but I experienced that. And then the other thing, this keyboard is just a white back, like the white layout on the keyboard, the lighting, the backlit is just one color white. It's fine. And then here there were some design choices that they made. So you'll notice that with other laptops, this up and down arrow is just the same key that is divided in half. Here they made it to be actual 4 arrows. I miss those old laptops that used to have these 4 arrows like this for smaller keyboards. Even the ones that have the numpad, actually, I think nowadays some of them, there's that half. It's most of them are like that. So this is the first one where I saw that is a small shift, and then there is the long shift on this side, but there's the small shift here. So it gets annoying sometimes, because you want to press shift and then you press up arrow by mistake, and then you end up editing the wrong thing. So it takes some getting used to. It annoys me here and there, but the laptop in general, it's good. So I guess you forgive it for some of the design choices here. And again, I appreciate the full arrow. It just takes some getting used to. So that also is a bit annoying. And then, so we've spoken about the keyboard, the HDMI, the freezing issue, but besides that, it's fine. And then for light gaming, this laptop is fine. I'm not too much of a gamer, although here and there I play games, you know, so it's fine. And then, like I mentioned earlier, so it has 2 SSDs and 2 actual fans. I really wanted to see if it has 2 fans. So even the Y15 is almost identical to this. So if you check on XMG's website, so they show the EVO 14 and 15, you'll see that just how they look. That will be the EVO 14 2024 for this WootBook Y14, right? Because there is the new one, the EVO 14 2025. So here it'll be the 2024. So I'll just add a picture of this one in particular after mounting the SSDs. And again, when it comes to the SSDs, I don't know how much the max for your storage is, but in this case, in my case specifically, it has 64 gigs of RAM, DDR5, 4800 megahertz, and it has 6 terabytes of SSD, 4 terabyte and 2 terabytes. So I don't know if the maximum is 8 or more. I don't know. This is just my case. And then just one other important thing that I wanted to mention is WootBook, just as a company in general. Again, I don't really know too much about them. The other computers that I've bought in the past were from EveTech and other companies. So with WootBook, when I tried looking for their phone number, I couldn't get it. So that was a bit concerning because I had some questions. My situation in particular, I wanted someone to collect this laptop and fly out from Cape Town on Wednesday, but the money, the payment, I was waiting for it only reflected on Monday after hours. I think it was like maybe at 8. And then, but I sent them an email before that asking if they could assist, and they said maybe if you can pay earlier, but I couldn't because the money was not yet there that I wanted to use to buy this one. So I bought it on Monday after hours, maybe at 8. So, but I asked them to try and make sure that it's ready for collection at on Wednesday at 10, so that someone collects it in person. That was going to be the easier way for me. And so I'm really grateful to the team. They managed to help me from making the payment on Monday after hours. So you can say that Tuesday they managed to assemble everything and install the OS for me. On Wednesday they sent an email to say it was ready for collection on Wednesday. And the nice thing is, so unlike some other companies, when you send them emails, you could do a back and forth as if not necessarily WhatsApp, but you can respond to them and you get multiple responses within the same day, so that was really nice. I appreciate that. Thank you, WootBook. Really appreciate that. That was really nice of them. And so the aspect ratio of this laptop is it's great. Really cool. Like when you even if the screen on it's a 14-inch, but you can put side by side and they work well. So that's great. And then so you see how fast it unlocks, right? And then another thing, the cooling is great as well with that cooling pad that I showed you guys. What happens is here, on top, it'll be warm, especially around here. Because again, I mentioned that it's this fan that normally works. Around here and this side, especially this side, it'll be warm. But at the bottom of the cooling pad, it'll be like cold aluminum. It's really nice. And then, so another thing again, just the backlit white thing. And then the picture quality is really nice. So that's good. And then, yeah, I think for now, we'll just stop the video from here and we'll just go on to showing you that control panel. And then you'll see some other stuff there. I believe that we've spoken mostly about, and the power from the BIOS, you can actually limit to 85 watts or 100 watts. Maybe if you need more power, you can just make it charge as 100 watts, but you can also limit to 85 watts, the throughput from your actual charger. So that's nice. And then, yeah, the panel is decent. Again, I'm not into content creation or anything. I don't really review products, but this one I was just like, you know what, this is a good laptop for the price and the specs. I think it's a good laptop, so I'll just review it. And this has been the case. So again, this video might be too long. I'm sorry, but I just thought, you know what, I'll just put in everything there, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so and then what else? I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I may have missed, because I'll just will from this point on we'll just go to Wootway, try and customize, and why I chose the RAM that I chose in particular and not the other one. And then we'll also talk about yeah, just basically that. And also, if you are getting this laptop, please just try and get that 3-year warranty. I think it's just 1,000 rands. So I think you'll better have it than not have it. Yeah. Anyway, so just stop the video from here, and then we'll just start a screen recording, and then I'll show you around. And then the trackpad also, it's really nice. When you are used to using the trackpad on the Mac, so when you now use the trackpad on Windows machines, it's a bit different, but it's not bad. It's not it's okay. It's good. I think it's nice. It's quite big, so that's nice. And they tried to put it in a central position. I appreciate that. So that's really nice. And yeah, so you can also lock the Windows button so that you don't press it by mistake when you're playing games. And the other features, so if you notice with you just have your volume buttons, the brightness, this keyboard light, and then to lock the trackpad, and then to this is for your, I think, to put it on airplane mode. This is the other button, and then this is to put it on sleep, and then this, I think, is for actually an external display, yeah, for broadcasting your screen. That's just about it. So I think we'll pause here for now, and then we'll go to just showing you the specs on this one, and just Wootway's website, and considerations that I made when I was buying, and why I have this one in particular. But that's just about it. So a lot of stuff is good, and just some other things that I think maybe could be improved, or maybe I was just the unfortunate one. Again, I don't know. Or maybe you guys, if you have different experiences, you can let me know. But I think for what you pay for it, yeah, good buy it. It's good money, good value for money. So we'll just pause the video from here, and then we'll continue again soon. Hello guys. So this is the control panel. So the version of this control panel was a bit dated. It was a bit old. So I downloaded one from XMG, because it's the same thing, and theirs was a bit ahead compared to the one that you get on Wootway's Google Drive, or the one that also comes installed, right? And then, so this is what you see just on the status, like it shows you your usage, temperature, SSDs. So I have two in this case, one 4 terabytes and one 2. Then the RAM, and then your fan speed and stuff, right? Um, so yeah, this is just basically the information about uh, the storage, the SSDs, and whatnot, right? The processor, and then so on performance here, so you can change the modes, whatever really floats your boat, can just choose. But here, that's where the custom profile part would come, and then from here where there is my mouse, then I could choose the custom profile. And after choosing the custom profile, I could then choose to actually manually increase the speed of uh, my fans. But it's not there anymore. So it just comes and goes, or only came once rather. But that's just about it. So I did not like that, but what can I do? And then these are the features on the battery. But the thing is, it does say that the limitation happens at firmware level, so it's not visible. So I hope it actually works, because this still charges 200%. And then the status, this doesn't help much. It just tells you like 73%. So I hope that maybe the status would be like maybe on a you know how it is on maybe iPhones or MacBooks. iPads don't really have that feature, as far as I'm aware of, where it shows you the battery health. So maybe if they could add that as well, that would be nice. And then these display settings and stuff, I really didn't play around this area too much. So that's just about it. The control panel, that control center. That's just about it. And so one other nice thing is that so usually, you know, when you buy RAM from these other manufacturers, or they advertise RAM speeds. So sometimes you find that maybe it will be 4800, but then you're actually using maybe 3300. Happens sometimes. Well, maybe it will because of a processor limitation, but in this case, uh, there is no limitation. So what you buy is what you get. So that's nice. In case you want the faster one, the 5600 one, right? And then I've never actually, this I think it should get to 5.1 gigahertz. I've never seen or experienced that um, when I check. uh, may have happened when I was not looking at it, so that's fine. And then just to so, like I mentioned, what attracted me at first was this one, but after some considerations, because I already have or well, I had a gaming PC at the time, so I then sold it afterwards because I wasn't using it anymore. So I wanted to get one with a dedicated graphics card. But after some time, I decided not to get it because I don't really play games like that. So that was where the Y16 story ended. Then I was like, okay, let me look at another one. So let me look at the Y14 and the Y15. So I wanted the Y15, but at the time they were saying I have to wait until the 19th of December. But I needed another laptop that I could use and continue my research on. So I was just like, you know what? Let me just get the 14-inch. They don't seem that much different if you check with XMG. Uh, if you search XMG EVO 14, you'll see. So okay, maybe while this is happening, I can just search here XMG EVO 14. So actually, this would have been the result that you might want. So if you compare here, I think they should be on this page when you search here. What you see is what you get. So these are the two SSDs, just exactly like this. So I don't. I think maybe now there is no need for me to actually upload because this is the exact same picture, um, just like this. So this will be the 14-inch. This will be the Y15. Y14 is just the same thing again. You know. So if you need more information, and then I chose the 64 gig, but 4800. And the reason being, I know on the 32 gig version, the difference is 200 rands. But if you want 64 gigs of RAM, because I had, I, I run quite a number of virtual machines, and with Windows VM, sometimes you need to give them quite a lot of RAM. So on another machine, we have 20, I think it's 24 gigs or 20 gigs. It just gets used up really quickly with one VM. So with this one, if you notice the 5600, uh, just 32 gigs, the ones uh, RAM stick, it's 2500. So which means for 64 gigs, I would have spent 5000. Whereas in this case, I can just get the same, but the slower speed, 4800 for 3000. So to me, that made more sense to just get the cheaper one, right? And then the SSD, I got this one. And then, of course, now I had already another one, another 2 terabyte NVMe Gen 4 SSD that I then put on the other slot. So this was my build, and then with so I chose that I have my own key, and then you can always so you can either buy from them, or you can just if you have your own key, you can just use your own key, and then use the warranty, and then yeah. So that's just about it, the build that I have. So again, I saw this review. I hope that uh, I've just added more light into some information that I thought was not there on the other reviews. So I think my build overall was I guess 23,000. Yeah, should be, sounds about right. And then that's just about it. Again, if there's anything else that you think I may have missed, let me know. And then one other thing with this laptop that I like, for a laptop that is face unlock, uh, if you think about it, it's crazy that Apple has a notch on. sorry. Apple has a notch on their laptops, the MacBooks that don't have face unlock, or maybe they have them. I don't know, but mine doesn't have it. But anyway, this is a nice screen, and they are not limiting you despite having face unlock. And the 3D render, it's really accurate. Like what you see is what you get. I like that it's blank again, not branded and everything. So that's just about it. If you need more information, just take your time to read through here. Like you can just get more technical information. I don't think that there's anything that I can tell you that you won't find here. I just try to add things that you won't find when you read on here. I would really recommend that you actually read, at least if you're going to spend a bit of money just buying this. Yeah, just try and read like this information really. I think that would be great. I think that just wraps this video. I think that's the review, and I hope it's okay. Yeah, and also one other thing. So there are some of those codes that you can put on Windows to get ultimate performance. So you can actually get that with this machine, and then just like so, that's just about it. But it's a good machine overall. Just a few pointers of the things that I didn't like that I think they can improve on. Besides that, thank you for watching the video, and it's long, but I hope it's useful. I just think that is better than those short videos where it's not that useful to you. And with the channel, goodbye, my friends. Till next time.